Blood Bowl Live! We roll, we rise! Not for laughs! Then he flips our lives! Hey! Welcome to the Roundup! Stains on the pitch, we proud of it! Glory in the gravel and grit! Highlight reel of a total misclick! Chats go fast and we lost their minds! Snake eyes twice on the scoring line! Cameras catch every broken dream! Screenshot paid for the meme machine! We blaze, we rage, we clip every page! Turn your best laid plans to a film montage! Blood Bowl Live! Blood Bowl Live! Nothing hates you, nothing loves you. Every skull and star inside the die. We clip the highs, we roast the lows, we still adore you. Every bruise becomes a vital play. Yeah, we're screaming through the carnage, turn your heartbreak into overtime. Blood Bowl Live! If you lose, and that's the content, you're immortal when you crash and burn and pride. Don't always ever get anyone to concede. Holy wing on a fever dream. He's up 3 scores till they never leave. They'd rather watch the roster just bleed. Spreadsheet rookie color coded pain. Every row another shattered game. All that daggers so you can't explain how a 2+ throw it down the drain. Are you a believer? Call it out by name. Swear this season finally flips to the frame. Crowd chant strong when the odds feel weak. We preside over chaos every single week. Highland Bowler, Blood Bowl Live. Nothing hates you, nothing loves you. Every skull and star inside the die. We clip the highs, we roast the lows, we still adore you. Every bruise becomes a battle blow. Yeah, we're screaming through the carnage, turn your heartbreak into overtime. If you lose, and that's the content, you're immortal when you crash and burn and burn. We preside like kings of the broken teams. Paper crowns made of shattered dreams. Shackles wild when the armor breaks. We trade your tears for the replay. Spreadsheet rookie, mark the page. Are you a believer? Call that name. Will Deutsch ever get that fame? Could see his screen shining like holy flame. Whoa!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 4 of the NOBBL Roundup. Firstly, apologies that we missed round 3. I would love to say that it was just that Steve's and Alex Dwarf versus Nurgle match sent me to sleep every time I tried to write a narrative about it. It wasn't. I just wasn't very well, so we have unfortunately missed round 3. You will notice that there is a fresh face here, or not a fresh face in terms of NOBBL. As I can see, he's already showing off his medals. We are joined by the most successful NOBBL coach. We've got Dean, aka Papa Lazarou, who's got his 3 medals there, and then the 2 digital ones yet to arrive as well.
Hello, yes, thanks for having me. I don't know about most successful. I think maybe most medals. Well, let's just leave it at that.
I think in terms of sheer medals, you are.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
sheer
Not
volume of
necessarily in
medals.
terms of division wins or the colour of the medals, but
No, it's just they're
yeah.
all medals. I mean, I tell you what, I can bring. I'll join you with the one. There you go.
Yeah, I might take mine off soon. They are rattling around a bit.
They are a little bit. They feel a little bit much. But you're putting me to shame with your 3 there just for my 1. But there you go. So we were due to have Mr. Hutchings join us as well, but he's experienced some technical issues and can't get the software to work. So unfortunately, he's not going to be joining us this evening. What we're going to be doing is running through each of the matches from round 4, spending a couple of minutes on each, discussing any of the main talking points. We'll do our best to understand what's going on tour play, but obviously if there's something that's been missed, feel free to stick it in the chat, because tour play will only tell us so much. Now, Dean, I'm going to ask you one question to start off with.
Okay, go ahead.
This is now the 4th round of the new edition.
Yes.
Do we think that people have actually got used to it? Because I'm starting to think we're starting to hit our stride with it.
I think we're getting there. It definitely helps on a game night when there's a few people around and you can just be like, oh, I know how this used to work. You know, things like kickoff and catching the ball, there's no longer a -1 to catch the ball, little bits and pieces like that. And I know when I've still played a little bit Blood Bowl 3 online, and I think it catches you out when you're trying to play 2 systems at once. And but I think we're pretty much getting there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd completely agree. The Tuesday nights are incredibly useful. Incredibly. There's been plenty of times where I just had to turn to someone to be like, "Oh, what the hell do I do now? I know how it used to work." But yeah,
Definitely.
I think we're doing well. Jesper has promised the opportunity to heckle a Scotsman. Totally disappointed. Yeah, I know. I did even try to get another Scotsman in to replace Mr. Taylor, but Alan can't make it, and we're down another Scotsman as well. So unfortunately, you've got to cope with us. So I do apologise for that. Right, without any more babbling, we'll move on to tour play. Lasad, yes, I know. You just have to deal with us.
Good hecklers, it's fine.
Exactly. Well, it's all right. Dave's in chat saying he's just unreliable anyway. What I do want to do is pause for a second and just congratulate you, Dave. I know that Alistair's tearing his hair out with these, but these dancing prings. every time you stick it in the admin chat, and I just start creasing every single time I see them, and it's the same thing, just one more dancing pring. It's hilarious. Absolutely love it. However, but Dean, there is talk of there you go. He is trying to introduce dancing Bond Deans. There's an image of you dressed up as a Bond girl, which is doing the rounds as well.
I feel like I've definitely seen that, but I
Yeah.
don't actually have a copy of my own. So
Oh, right.
if it does appear, I'll be asking whoever's sharing that to wing it over to me.
We'll have to wait and see. Right. Let's start off with the Greenies. We have, first up, we have Carl versus the commissioner himself. And a 1-0 win to Carl against Nobility, which, to be honest, you look at the start and you think, actually, that's a tricky matchup for Khorne, because the amount of fend and stand firm there, looks like Carl's done really well, in actual fact. He's done really, really well to get that through. And we all know it's always going to be a good match against him. Now, looking down, start off, it looks like he took, I don't know, is it Skylar or Siler? I don't know how to pronounce them, but the
Siler Amfingrim.
Siler, that's it, thank you. Doesn't appear to have done anything. We think, what decent choice in that match. You had the opportunity of basically 2 blood spawns, but neither of them seem to have done anything. Turn 1, Kaj for a Bloodseeker on a Bodyguard, very, very nice start. But then turn 1, the Ogre gets revenge and Strength busts a Bloodseeker. You have to assume that's probably a career ender, unfortunately. I don't think. Yeah, you're not going to have. Yeah, an AV10 lineman, essentially. No, I have to say that's probably going to be it.
With the new rules, maybe not even straight away.
Well, exactly. And I think I'll come on to that in a minute, because I did notice it. It's something that's catching me out a little bit as well. It is a bit of a challenge. Nothing else happened until turn 9. Another cash for the Corn, going in 0-0 at half time, and then the fouls start coming in, start raining in. But nothing apart from turn 15 badly hurt Journeyman. And then there's just noticing, yeah, the Imperial thrower is missed next game. So Alistair is without a thrower next match, presuming he doesn't choose to hire another one if he can. So it's a bit of a rough one for the Posh Knobs, unfortunately. Now, looking at the Corn team, yeah, you're right, Dean, that they can't hire another one. Not until he's back, which is
painful.
It's a stupid rule. Let's be honest. I don't get why it's a thing.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we'll get onto my team later. I think, yeah, if you wanna do well and win and have a good chance at every game, it's frustrating. But you know, I think in the league play, it makes the injuries mean a bit more.
Yeah, it does, and it does add this in. It's like it's not just an immediate replacement, I suppose, isn't it? Maybe I'm a little bit bitter. We'll come on to my team later on as to why I'm a little bit bitter about that rule. So the Corn, but to be fair, only down, yeah, one dead blood seeker. Let's face it, but not too bad. Not too bad. The knobs coming out. That wasn't even intentional. As MNG, and a Navy bust on that thrower. And Alistair only has 5k, so that thrower is not coming back until next match. There's no way of that being replaced. So yeah, I mean the nobility, they look all right. They seem
strength 2 linemen that must just be returning as well.
Yeah, I did see that, and I did. That must be a fire, surely. I don't know about you. I'd rather that would take him below 11 players, 11 fit players. I'd still just be tempted to take the Journeyman, you know.
Yeah, I think probably. I probably would.
But it's interesting. Alistair's more one to, I think, roll with the punches and just have a bit of fun, though.
Yeah, Froderick might be his favourite.
Yeah, you never know. His favourite lino. But a very solid win for Carl, and particularly 5-point win. 1-0 and 3 casualties. It's a 5-point win for Carl.
Yeah, decent.
A very, very good start. And moving on to Jay, continuing his fine form with a 1-0 win over Raymond and the Blackhawks. Looking down, we've got some press snuffle being taken, a load of cheerleaders and assistant coach. And Jay starts off by having his ogre niggled by a troll. Ouch. Turn 1, gone. That is just a fantastic start. But then almost worse, Adge busts his captain in turn 3. His captain Blitzer, I don't even want to say it as an Arsenal fan, Nemanja Vidic. Jay, why? Being casualtied and Adge busted on turn 3 is a really, really nasty one. That's not going to do him any favors whatsoever. Sorry, my screen just went blank for a second. And then we look up, and as you'd expect from Blackhawks, the fouls just start raining down. Human Catcher runs it in on turn 5. I do wonder whether or not that is Raymond forcing him to score a little bit early. I don't know whether a lot of KOs or anything like that. And then trading badly hurts. Goblin goes down. Halfling goes down. And then the other human blitzer goes down as well, but only badly hurt this time. And finishing off the match, Jay does take the 3 points. 4 points because he didn't concede at all. But it is a bonus point for the Blackhawks. And to be fair, looking at the two teams, you come out of it, Blackhawks looking good. Looking good. Block troll, stand firm, guard orc. Two bits of guard on there and a sneaky get.
It's tasty.
Yeah. I would fancy them to do some pieces. And whoever's got Jay next is probably going to be thanking Raymond quite a lot.
He is the team to beat at the moment, though, isn't he?
He
Jay?
really is.
Right?
Oh, Jay, he's saying we'll come back stronger. Glory, glory, Man United. I did try to characteristic my catcher, but he only got AV. Let's have a look. Or was that Ryan Giggs, I'm guessing? Well, to be fair, AV9 to strip ball was safer. Oh, George Best. Yeah, to be fair, strip ball's not bad on a movement A piece. I'd take it.
Yeah.
I'd take it potentially over AV. But yeah, the loss of that Ogre and a Niggle is going to sting, but you know, you'll get those. But the edge bust on your block, tackle, mighty blow, kick, taunt, captain. Eesh.
Just
Ouch.
have to play a different style in the next match, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. He's not dead. He has plans for his next game. Oh dear. I don't know who your opponent is, Jay, but I worry for them. I have to say, although you got the win out of that, I do think the Black Hawks will probably be quite happy with that performance going there. Oh no, I can hear that TikTok. Harry Maguire. I'm not even going to try and say it, but yes, you can. I can hear it as well. Now, Josh taking Jasmine's Goblins to the sword next with a 3-0 win. Jasmine's still looking for the first win for the Goblins this season, and Josh doing elf things, being an elf and doing elf things. Now, looking at the start of these, Jasmine, if you're around, I love that you went for Creek. There could have been more bribes. There could have been all sorts of stuff in there, but no, just Creek. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Just go for more weapons and more chaos. I really do approve. And then, even from turn 1, just start turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, just start chucking goblins around, because why not?
And successfully.
Exactly.
Some of it.
2 successful landings and a throw teammate. You know, so there's clearly been 3 throws going in there. Brilliant. Do it. Absolutely do it. But the elves do start chipping away from turn 7. 2 badly hurt goblins fairly quickly, and a touchdown on the assassin. And then we look forward. Miss next game on another goblin. Oh, good throw teammate. Into for Titan the troll, and more goblins go down, and elves doing elf things. Score on 13 and 16 as well. So Josh takes 5 points for the match. Jasmine is still seeking the first win for the goblins, and these elves are looking. They're looking a bit quite tasty. They really are.
A lot of skills there, yeah.
A lot of skills and a lot of randoms as well.
Yeah, running the risk for the randoms, but
yeah,
not bad.
But they're all working.
Yes, yeah.
They're all working. I love the kick lineman, diving tackle blitzer's fun. The dodge, jump up, sidestep, hit and run assassin.
Yeah, that's nice.
So elf things disgusting. Yeah, it is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. And random block on the witch elf. I know. Well, this is the thing. Josh is randoming a lot, and it's working. And who said dark elves were dead? Actually that's a point. Maybe one for you, Dean, and one for the chat. Does jump up work with stab?
Oh, yeah, because if you're using it for a block action, then you can then replace the block with stab as a special.
Yeah,
and also with the assassin, you can then also hit and run. And
so
you pop up, stab, and hop back.
Yeah, pop up on a 2+ stab and run and hit that. Yeah. Ugh. He's paying off the admin. Shh. Shh. I don't know if you've noticed I'd redecorate it. No, I haven't. Goblins. Do you know what? I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying what Jasmine's doing here. Mighty blow on the fanatic, lethal flight and lone fowler on the hooligan. Great. Just great stuff. Doom Diver's interesting. Randoms, but really nice randoms. Catch, safe pair of hands, and sprint on the 1-turner.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, not bad at all. And then we got sneaky at Pile Driver and Brawler. So although she's struggling for that win, it looks like she's having fun. And I think that's the Goblin life.
Absolutely.
Now, the one result none of us saw coming. I have a script to read out here. From the desk of Mr. Terry Carr, Esquire. I'm not one for big speeches, and some may say I'm not even a good player. But after the dreadful start to the season, I can finally say I wish I'd taken dwarves again. Approaching the game and having played Ben many times, I was hoping for a draw, knowing he's a good player. Due to the commish giving me a pasting in round 3, I had enough inducements to roll out Glart the Fat Rat, and I'll be honest, I think he won this game for me. My turn 4 touchdown being the first resulted in a bellow of score across Sanctuary, scaring the shiz out of most attendees, and even one poor chap needing medical support. Yeah, I can confirm he did scream that in the middle of Sanctuary. It was very entertaining. I think this might have mildly intimidated Ben, having a 4-foot guy shouting at him standing on a chair and waving around like a lunatic. Overall, the distraction worked, and I can proudly say I did the Rats proud with a 3-1 victory. Ben, as always, was a complete gent, like everyone in this league. For Josh, who I have next, be ready for Fat Rat, as I can get him out again. Now, I know that you're talking about Glart, but I really hope that is not a euphemism for little Terry. Because we've spoken to you about Terry's comeback story, Jay, exactly. I felt that I had to give him the opportunity to to express his emotion, because there was a lot on that night. It looks like he's done really well, and to be fair, against Orcs, he could have been absolutely pasted off the field.
Absolutely, yeah.
Roger getting in there with a couple of quick casualties early. Jay also needs to thank Terry, as I'm only against one big in the next game now. Well, there you go. Yeah, because he took that movement busted captain, big and blocker. Nice. There he is. He loved the game. I hope he loved my my performance of your wonderful wonderful script there, Terry. Yeah, Glart did look like he did some work for you. Look at the two teams going forward. Ben, without his team captain as well. That's not just that's not just our captain, that's the team captain blocker. Which is quite nasty, and 2 linemen down. Still a full team, but losing that team captain is probably going to be quite big for the Orcs next round. Could be a bit of a struggle for them. And Terry, despite your victory, you still have 7 players to field.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. I mean, he's only down the Roger, so it's not
true.
awful. And if he can take Glart,
He's still got his positionals apart from the Roger. Yeah, he's looking good.
It's not awful. Just fill out the rest with chaff anyway, because let's face it, that's what clan rats are.
There's always plenty more to replace those that go down.
Exactly. It's looking all right. So keep it going, Terry. There's an up. Yes, Dave, there is an event coming up for 7s. Exactly. And finally, we have got Chris Taylor against George, and the NOBBL take the 2-1 win and keep rolling. And looking through the log, prior to Nuffle and a keg being taken at the start, a badly hurt Rotter early catch for the Tomb Kings comes in nicely, but quickly followed by a dead Tomb King blitzer from a bloater block. Got to assume he's failed regen there, which I bet, Chris, you are absolutely seething about. Very rough. The Tomb Kings do score on turn 5, and the NOBBL managed to score in 3 turns, which, is nothing to be sniffed at for NOBBL. Yeah, it's done well to get that. Second half was a bit less eventful. The Cad Skeleton on turn 13, and then a turn 15 touchdown for the NOBBL again. And looking at the teams, it looks like the dead blitzer has already been replaced. So all good. I don't even know what skills he had or anything like that. He's gone. He's in the dust. He's been already been replaced and forgotten about. And Chris's team still looking just as good as before, with a smattering of guard, load of tackle. Not sure who he's got next, but if it is a dodgy team, yeah, that's going to do nicely. And George's. All I can say is I'm glad that team is not in my division.
A 2 heads Rotter with wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, I really, really like it. For anyone in that division, he has Corn next. Okay. For anyone in that division, that frenzy tackle block Pestigore That needs to die. If you're going to stand any shots, because that looks incredible. Oh, are you facing him next, Jay? Oh, well, you will get some inducement money at least. Tell you what, let's.
Oh wow, yeah, look at that TV.
That's
$14.70.
Let's have a quick look. Oh no, because you're facing the Orcs next, aren't you? Oh, he's up against the Black Orcs next, and the Black Orcs get 155k. So could do something. Anyway, let's focus on this round. So that was the greenies done for this round. We'll go into the standings. Jay still sitting top on 20 points. God damn it, Jay. There's something about these human teams that you are flying. Then George and the Nurgle closely following up with 16 and then 15 with Chris close behind. Alistair just missing out on the gold places at the moment on 11, followed up by Ben, Josh, and Carl on 8, 6, and 6. Terry, you're almost into silver. Oh, can it happen? Can it happen that you're almost into the silver playoffs still on 6 points? And then we've got Raymond on 5 and Jasmine on 1 with the 1 bonus point that's come through there. Now, this is where we'll move on to upper crust, and this is where I'll apologize for reading off my phone, because this was the round that Dave was supposed to do. So his notes are here. So we have Mummy's the Word with versus Got Wood. It's such a. I get why you've done that, and I love that you've done that, Chris. But I just. It's such a lazy pun, but I love it. The 1-0 win for the Wood Elves. Now, Dave's called this the upset of the week, with the Wood Elves pulling off a gritty 1-0 shutout against the Tomb Kings, but they paid for those points in blood. It was a game of pure survival for Gotwood. Jesus, yes, it was. They were physically bullied the entire match, suffering 3 casualties, including the tragic death of a Wood Elf lineman with dodge. Yeah, that's rough, but still only a lineman. The Mummies dominated the pitch and controlled the physical space, but they simply couldn't convert that brute force into points. It's a landmark defensive win for the Elves, proving that they can hold a clean sheet even when being beaten half to death, but they are going into the next round with a dangerously thin bench. Yes, so they're not only... was that a dead line elf with dodge? That's now a skeleton on Mitch's side. It does look like Greenskin Phil has done quite well to pull something out of the bag there, because they did look like they were taking a bit of a pounding. Tomb Kings, I mean, the Tomb Kings' worst nightmare is an elf team who's going to dodge around them and move, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So it's always going to be tricky for them. But it looks like Mitch has got a team that's shaping up quite nicely there. And then we look... Oh, Dave, what are you on about? His team's not too bad. He doesn't have a bench. But, yeah, who needs a bench? You see, he's still got his War Dancer. Oh, I've only just realised he's only got... Oh, no, he does have 2 War Dancers. There you go. 1 strip ball War Dancer. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad for them. But a solid win for Mr. Blunt. Now, Dave, this was your point to talk about how incredible you were facing up against Rich's Shambling Undead. With a 2-2 draw for the Undead versus the Gnomes. It was a wild 2-2 shootout that broke the mold for these teams. Usually, grave mistakes are the masters of the 1-1 low-scoring grind, but the Gnomes forced a much faster pace. It was a costly afternoon for the rosters. It was a costly for the rosters. We saw a literal grave mistake as a zombie lineman was killed. Ooh, let's have a look at that. Oh, yes, he was. By your treeman, no less. The Gnomes are... Oakenchoke, I know. It's terrible, but I love it. But like you say, for an undead team, yeah, same as any other day. Dead's not really dead to them anyway. The Gnomes are arguing a tough spot for next week as their Woodland Fox is missing from the lineup. For a team that relies so heavily on there, it is quite a big loss. It does look like you had a very dramatic match, though, Dave. Couple of early casualties for your trees worked out well. Then scoring on turn 5, you can think, well, maybe the undead can trawl it through. But I'm guessing the stunty bullshit managed to win the day for you. So very nicely done. The shambling undead team. Oh, that blitzer. Block, tackle as normal, then brawler, grab, and mighty blow on the blitzer.
That's pretty tasty.
I think anyone would take that. Blodge Frenzy Ghoul is interesting. Another person that's randoming quite a lot, but it's working.
Yeah, that choice of 2, I think it's definitely much more worth going. Certain players, anyway.
Exactly. Yes, but you're up against the undead next. Looks scary. Yeah, undead can be those. Just stay away from the mummies. Is the only advice I'll give you. Then looking at the gnomes, grab multiple block random guard. Now, Dave, I've spoken to you about this. I know that they were randoms, and I know that they were both randoms, but you know what people are going to say when you are the tour play guru and you end up with 2 random guard trees. Josh was your witness, right?
Yeah, he claimed that on the night, actually.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't get to speak to Josh, though. He mysteriously disappeared.
Oh, he's subtly disappeared with a bag full of cash. Yeah. And a lot of dodge. And I mean, the thing is, looking at, obviously it's me and you, Dave, that are the 2 gnome coaches this one. I'd quite like to run your team right now, to be honest. It does look quite, yeah, exactly, allegedly random. That's the thing. But a 2-all draw for gnomes versus undead. Decent result for definitely for the gnomes there. I'm not sure the undead would say the same. Then we have the Bitewater Bruisers with a 2-1 win over the Fleur de Failures, which is a wonderful name. They live up to their name with a physical 2-1 victory, systematically dismantling the Fleur de Failures and leaving their roster in absolute tatters. The Black Hawks inflicted 4 casualties, including killing a Bretonian squire outright. But the dagger to the heart for the Fleur coach was the loss of their Grail Knight, who is the missing next game. Without their superstar playmaker to lead the charge, the Failures are facing a massive uphill battle to rebuild, while the Bruisers celebrate a big jump up the table on the back of a very dominant performance. So we have Prez, Nuffle, and Coach being taken at the start. Early casualty for the Troll, which is very nice. And a niggle, but then, yeah, the niggle on the Grail Knight is going to be a tough one to take. And off a Goblin block. That's just rubbing it in. That really is just rubbing it in. Dead Squire, lineman, isn't it? What are you going to do? They're always going to die. But it looks like the Black Orcs have done quite well out of that. And yeah, the Bretts, it does look like they're struggling to get going a little bit, and particularly now that MNG on the mighty blow, Grail Knight.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is tough. It's not looking great for them. Not looking great. But you never know. Never know. Their TV is quite low, so you never know who's going to be coming in next match.
Yeah, that Troll bite him at bite face, scooping up a lot of SPP there.
He is. Let's have a look. Already block and guard and both chosen. Ooh. And he's got 3 as well. He's already got 3. Jeez. Yeah, stay away from him, whoever's got them next. Not that I think you're going to have much of a choice. That looks like a very, very nice Black Hawk roster with a few bits of random guard and a dirty player sneaky git as well.
Yeah, always useful.
Always useful. Very nice. And let's have a look down. We have Jesper versus Simon with a 2-1 victory for the San Francisco 40 Biters for the Vampires. This spotlight game was played under very sunny weather, which seemed to wreak havoc on the Skaven more than the Vampires. The 40 Biters navigated the blinding heat to take a 2-1 win and maintain their winning streak, but they didn't escape unscathed. They'll be missing 2 Thrall linemen next week, one of whom is dealing with a permanent stat bust. The real disaster, however, is in the Skaven dugout. No Gouda, no Glory will be without their Rat Ogre for the next match. Losing that much hitting power is a nightmare for the Rats, and it leaves the 40 Biters looking like the undisputed team to beat right now. Let's have a look. Oh, yep. Jesper taking a skitter stab. Absolutely approve. For that to get the extra gutter runner in there. Started off quite well for you. Oh, Jesper, right. I feel like I need to have... Why are you fouling with the gutter runner? Okay, I'm not here to criticize. I apologize. However, please don't fail with your gutter runners. You only have 2 of them now. It's not worth it. Apologies. My screen has gone blank again. There we go.
Perhaps it was an irresistible gang foul for a vampire thrower.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You never know. Maybe it was absolutely worth it. But to be fair, Thrall out early, and then badly hurt blitz is not great. Touchdown on turn 9. That looks like turn 8 for the Vampire Runners, looking good. Pass busted on A positive Alec. Yeah, fine. I didn't have a look at who could miss next game. Bloodbank Ben. Oh, and it was disposable Doige who badly hurt Cheddar Sheeran. Oh, damn it. Being sent off just made himself safe. Well, there is that. You know what? There is that. He's definitely back next match. The Vampire Thrower even getting a casualty as well. And the Vamps bring it in at turn 16. So, yes, but yeah, down your Rat Ogre next match. I mean, it's not awful. It's not awful. And having as much... I always have a soft spot for your team, yes, but not just because it's rats, because you've named them after cheese. And a few seasons ago, that was my first team, and NOBBL was all named after cheese, so I highly approve. And you know what? You're building them slowly, so you're all fine. However, I think Dave's right. This vampire team: dodge, block, dodge, dodge, strip ball, blitzer, kick block. It's looking quite good.
People aren't really being put off by the extra surcharge on those top skills, are they?
No, it's
We're
something.
just seeing higher team values.
Yeah, it's something I was talking to people about the other day. It's that they're fine. It's a fine idea, but when everyone does it, it doesn't make any difference. It's like everyone's going to take block because it's still the best skill. It doesn't really make much of a difference. And the final one in upper crusts, we have Zatan's Reapers of Zar with a 1-1 draw against the Hate Crew Death Roll. Rounding out the upper crust was a disciplined tactical stalemate that ended 1-1. Both Zatan's Reapers and the Hate Crew played an incredibly cautious game, focusing on positioning rather than risky plays. It wasn't a scoreboard explosion, but it's a vital point that keeps both teams firmly in the mid-table hunt. The Reapers held their line with typical dwarven stubbornness, and the only real mark on the match was a zombie lineman for the Hate Crew, who'll be sitting at the next fixture. It's a result that reinforces both teams' reputations being incredibly difficult to actually put away. Yeah, I'd agree. I think both of these teams are very difficult to beat. Very difficult to beat. Looks like the Chorv started off with taking Rashnak, some prayers, mascot, and a keg. Yep, zombie lineman, MNG, a lot of fouls kicking off. Yeah, got to respect that. And then ending in 1-1 at the end. So yeah, it doesn't look like the most. It looks like a tactical game, which I feel like Tour Play always doesn't really give the credit for.
Yeah, you don't get the story, do you? There?
No, you don't. You can look at some matches and be like, oh, there's not much has happened, but you know there's going to be a lot that's happened. Yeah, Dave was about to come on to that. Let's just have a look at that quickly. So the Chorfs, without much development so far, but there's a lot of SPP there to be spent. So I wonder if he's keeping it low for a reason. Still only on 850.
Saving up for a stat, maybe?
Must be.
There with quite a lot of SPP.
It is. Only 2 cash off or an MVP off, and suddenly that's potentially a strength 4 blocker. Ooh, that would be tasty. And then let's have a quick look at the Necro. Yeah, they're down a zombie, but yeah, it's only a zombie. Again, slow development, but there's a decent smattering SPP.
Yeah, they're shaping up nicely.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. Let's have a quick look at the table. Upper crust. The Vampires sitting top on 13, followed by the Gnomes on 10. Jesus, Dave. Black Orcs, Tomb Kings, Necro, and Chorfs all on 8. Yep, Jesper and Dave both in chat saying the division's weird. 7th and 4th has the same result. Yeah, it's really weird. There's a lot of bonus points floating around, but no on although the Vamps are out in front on 13,
It's very
then
tight.
very tight. And you even look going down, you've got the Wood Elves on 7, Undead on 6, Skaven and Brett's on 5. You're only 8 points behind the first, and you're at the bottom.
There's a lot to play for still in that division for everyone.
This division is still wide open. Any one of them could leapfrog in a couple of matches. Very, very close. But yes, right. I will hand over to you, Dean, to start with Rocky's Horrors, if that's all right.
Brilliant, no problem. And I'm also, apologies, going to be relying on Dave's trusty notes here and not being able to see Tour play at the same time, but that's okay. I've got you to back me up. So here we go then. So match 1, the NOBBL Enforcers versus Larrick Tigers. We start Rocky Horrors with a battle of attrition played in sweltering heat. Ooh, nasty. You could see the players wilting. Hang on, is this the right one? Yeah, that is the right one. Yeah. I feel like this is similar to one we had in the last one. See the players wilting as the Tigers showed just enough composure in the sun to take a 2-1 victory. However, the heat and fatigue led to some key absences for next week. Both teams will be down a positional, with the Tigers missing a Bretonian Squire, and the Enforcers, who are unfortunately still stuck on a losing streak, missing an Imperial Retainer. It was a grueling finish to the round where the weather was just as much of an opponent as the players on the line. There you go.
Just got the teams up quickly. Yeah, Nobility down 1 Retainer. It's not awful. But I think Chaz is maybe looks like he's struggling to get them rolling a little bit. Nobility are a weird one in this rule set. However, does have a very souped up blitzer.
And the Tigers, they're looking all right, actually. Having a look at the skills there. Okay, the Grail Knights not so much, but one of the catchers has dodge, leader and on the ball for one of the throwers. Sure hands punt and on the ball. I do rate punt, actually. Playing the Dark Elves myself. Just need kick on that guy now. That's
very. You know what? That they are shaping up quite nicely. That's a good win for Matt as well.
Right, let's move on to the next. So we've got the Boneyard Buccaneers versus the Floozies. Is this Doidge's Floozies?
It is.
And a 1-0 win for the Floozies. A defensive masterclass from the Floozies. Are we sure this is Doidge? Are we sure?
This is not. You can get away with it. This isn't your words.
True, that's true. Yeah. They ground out a 1-0 win to keep their winning streak alive, but the victory came with a high price tag. They suffered a strength stat bust on a rotter, and word is the coach has already fired him to make room for fresh blood. The Buccaneers put up a hell of a fight and actually won the casualty battle 2-1, but they couldn't find the end zone. It's a frustrating result for the Undead side, who find themselves on a losing streak despite staying relatively healthy compared to the rest of the division. So high praise for Doidge there.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at his team. Fend.
Coupled with all to stand firm now on the bloaters. That's tough to play against.
That's Nurgle nobility, isn't it?
Wow. Perhaps that's what they originated as initially, before they all caught the flu.
Well, there you go. There you go. I can remember Doidge saying this on the night, actually, and saying he's just got a lot of fun. I think it works quite well. It works really well with them.
They struggle to move up the pitch, so anything where they can keep their opponents back.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Oh, Dave, Nurgility.
Nurgility.
That's very nice, Dave. Well done. But Clem's Undead's looking decent. He's been quite selective with his skills, but
lots of power skills again. But you know, they're the ones that you would choose for those positions. You know, it makes sense. Lone Fowler Zombie is quite nice actually as well. Don't mind that.
I quite like that. Really like that.
And keeping the team value low, despite the the premium skills.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move on to the next. We've got the Marathai Minions and the Minnesota Bite Kings, who win 3-1, the Bite Kings. This wasn't just a win for the Minnesota Bite Kings, it was a demolition. They dominated for a 3-1 victory, but the real story is the staggering 5 casualties they inflicted. The Dark Elves are in a total injury crisis. A lineman is dead, and they'll be heading into round 5 without their runner, their assassin, and a second lineman. Wow.
Oh,
The
jeez.
Bike Kings, meanwhile, are on a massive winning streak and have officially signalled that if you try to outbash them, you're going to end up in the infirmary.
Wow.
Wowza.
Yeah. That is. Oh, let's take a look at Robbo's. Oh, those Dark Elves.
Are they looking depleted?
They are looking depleted. They got one very good Witch Elf.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and some SPP to spend there.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
ouch, that's...
down the assassin and a runner.
Yeah, that'll be a tough next game, I think.
Yeah.
Money in the bank, though, so could buy something, perhaps.
Yeah, it's 155. Could get the replacement assassin because he's only got one at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be
However,
worth doing. I know it's lower armor, but you need the movement, I think.
yeah, I think you do. However, I wouldn't want to then get rid of it, that lot one, because it's got 7 SPP.
Yeah, true.
Now, everyone knows I've got a love of Underworld.
What's Pete got going on?
Oh,
Oh dear. Horns Goblin. I like it.
I really like that. I really like that.
And to block on the rats. A gutter runner who hates Skaven.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's hilarious. It's just absolutely hilarious.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
that's oh, and it's armor busted as well.
it is armor busted, but blodge.
Yeah, if it's getting hit, then you've already failed. So
well, that's the thing.
and it's got a lot of SPP built
a
up
lot. That's what I was just about to say. So you've got the 12 SPP. So I wonder if he's standing up for a stat.
there. Perhaps, yeah.
Because that's already the 2 heads sidestep build there. Chris, yeah, shame not to get a hatred on the Dark Elf MNGs. Yep, it definitely was. At least you can get something from it. Although I'll be honest, I know I've forgotten to roll for it a few times. Just forgotten it's a thing.
Oh man. Right. What have we got next? We've got the Magisterium versus the Black Fang. Clash of the undefeated Titans lived up to the hype, ending in a 1-1 stalemate where neither side would yield. It was a brutal game of inches that left both rosters short-handed. The Magisterium saw their journeyman Hobgoblin killed and will be without a Chaos Dwarf blocker next week. The Black Fang Orcs also took a significant hit, losing an Orc Blitzer for the next fixture. God, that's a bit of a tongue twister. Orc Blitzer for the next fixture. Ugh. Both teams keep their unbeaten status intact, but the game proved that staying at the top of the table requires a heavy sacrifice in players.
Yeah, it does. Just having a look. Yeah, dead Hobgoblin, not the end of the world, but the to be honest, the MNG Chorf blocker or the Orc Blitz is worse.
Well, having just played Orcs, I think those blitzers are pretty tasty with break tackle. They get around and they do the work. And that was a guard blitzer he's missing.
Absolutely. Chorf's still looking pretty decent here. Smattering of SPP across quite a few.
Yeah, not bad. And they had Thark the Unstoppable.
They did indeed.
Match. Yeah, there you go. That's what happens when you
pretty...
face Orcs. You get their skills up so quickly with all those extra SPP for punching.
They really do. They are looking at Ash's team quickly. A big gun blocker with already block and guard. Another big gun blocker with blodge.
It is the season of agility. Take 2.
Apparently it is. Gosh,
Orcs can dodge. That. They definitely can.
Well, this one can. Apparently, blodge block bigger. I love that. And he is down to guard on the blitzer for next match.
That's true. Yeah,
I think he'll be all right.
I think so. Still plenty of Orcs.
Still plenty of Orcs.
Okay, the last game in this division, last but not least, Garney's Gals versus the original Pranksters. Finally, the Skaven secured a vital 2-1 win, but the cost was astronomical. The Gals are mourning a Python warrior who died on the pitch, but the Pranksters' dugout looks like a field hospital. They have a thrower and 2 clan rats missing next game, and yet another clan rat suffered a permanent armor bust. It was a high-octane, violent match that showed exactly how desperate both teams were for the win. The Pranksters got the points, but they might not have enough healthy bodies left to field a full team next week.
Which one do you want to have a look at first? The Zons or the Rats?
Let's look at the Zons, I think.
Yeah, yeah, down 1 Python warrior, but not. Doesn't look like it's been replaced yet, but
I think that's not too bad. Bit of
no.
block there, quite a bit of block there.
Yeah, I think that's going really well. Strength. Oh, there you go. That's it. The strength 4 Piranha warrior. I knew there was one somewhere.
Ah, yes, that's nice. Yeah,
that's huge. Yeah,
hit and run strength 4. It's just like, come and get me.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Who already has another 3 SPP on the way to Blodge?
Yeah, or save up for plus move.
Oh, there we go. Strength 4 1 turner. I love it.
That would be mad.
The Skaven are hurting.
Yeah, there's a few out there.
I mean, 3 of them are clan rats, so yeah.
A bit more hatred for Skaven amongst the Skaven. That's, definitely on. Makes sense for Skaven.
It does. And there you go, Chris, if you're still watching. Hatred Skaven on a rat is beautiful. 3 lots of mighty blow. Yeah, the rat ogre punched the thrower to get it. It's incredible. But the rat ogre with brawler and guard rather than going the juggernaut line, I suppose, random.
Yeah, true.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
that's a random, isn't it?
Very nice. I mean, it's not the end of the world. They've still got. They already have another thrower. So
yeah, I think that team's still looking all right.
Yeah. Team's still looking decent. Should we have a quick look at the table?
Yeah, let's do
it. For Rocky's Horrors, I got Ash sitting pretty at 16 points at the top. Wait, am I reading this? Doige in second on 12. That's not a typo. That's not a glitch.
He's been having a good season.
Jesus, what is this world coming to? Paul Blunt's just behind him on 11. Then you got Riffy and Pads following up 9, Pete, and then Clem on 8. So very tight in the middle.
Very tight mid-table.
Matt and Robbo on 5 and Chaz on 0 with a 4 streak loss at the moment. Chaz, I'm sure you'll pull it around. You will get there. Just you may have to, there are no easy matches in any of these anymore. There just aren't.
That's true.
So we'll get round there. Just I forgot. Doige in gold just doesn't feel right. I'm sorry.
There's a long way to go yet. There's a long way.
It's a long way to go. Let's move on quickly before I get too confused.
Oh dear. Where are we going next?
We'll go on to Drowned Rats next.
Okay, I should know something about these then. I'll refer to my own notes. Right, I'm going to do these matches not necessarily in the order on tour play, I think. Okay, so first up, let me just check. Got this paper-based notes. I don't even know where I am. Right, we've got the Carrot Kings versus Imgur's Immortals. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So it's Joe's Dwarfs against Macraft Jones's Norse. And the Kings have an extensive grudge recorded against their opponents from round 3. Something about tricksy illusions, flying microbeards, deadly trees, and acts of Nuffle demonstrating blatant favoritism. The Immortals' last match was cancelled due to a viral outbreak in the Orc camp and beer supply chain issues keeping the Norse from allowing visiting Blood Bowl teams. Both eager to get the upper hand and score big to climb up the table. The Immortals started grabbing the ball and quickly making a pass, but the Kings responded, hitting hard, resulting in a dead berserker. Very painful, that one, I think. More passing to keep the ball moving from the Immortals. One of the Valks badly hurt before the other scored to lead out the half. It's not clear what happened in the second half, but Balgruff, the Ulf, howled his last, and Magma Fist brought the game to a close with an equaliser for the Dwarfs. Just 1 point each and a bruising for the Norse. They're still slugging it out at the bottom of the table. So it's Carrot Kings 1, Imgear's Immortals 1. And Alex's prediction was pretty good on that one. I think it might be the only one for that league.
Oh, nice.
But it turned out as he suspected.
Yeah. Matt is not having much luck, is he?
No, I think both those teams are having a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, Joe was very unlucky against me to not come away with something. I think he failed, I want to say 90% of his rushes.
Oof.
He was really, really unlucky to not have come away with some points in the match against me last round. But yeah, this Norse team. I mean, to be fair, the Yeety's looking good with Guard and Mighty Blow.
Yes.
And they've still got the drunkard, unsteady, steady footing Raider.
Oh dear.
But those two deaths are going to sting.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's pretty huge for that team. I don't know if they got any money in the bank. Not enough to buy one.
Let's have a look.
70,000.
No, not enough to replace the Ulf yet, unfortunately. So he's going to have to go another match without him.
That is tricky.
Yeah, that's a very, very tricky one for Matt.
Not sure yet. I didn't make a note of who they're facing next, so
we can always catch up on that later. Dwarfs looking decent, slowly building with the guard block. Troll Slayer's looking good. The tackle Mighty Blow.
Yes, I think I've got those next. So we'll see.
Ooh.
Maybe they can squeeze my team for some points.
Yeah, I think they should. They're built for tackling Delphs.
Absolutely. Right, moving on to the next match. Let's go next to Mummy Issues versus the Hobnobblers. Here we go. You can chip in if you like.
I'll stay as quiet as I can.
Okay, so the Hobnobblers took Prayer to Nuffle and Rowanna Forestfoot. So interested to get your thoughts on her at the end, maybe. Mummy Issues coming to this one, hoping not to be outpaced this time, whilst the Hobnobblers were hoping not to be turned into paste. Strength versus tricky nonsense. The match started with pouring rain, so not great for the Tomb Kings. There were a couple of early Kaz, one on each side. One appears to have been regened and the other perhaps apoed. We had a scoring touchdown on turn 6 to give the Hobnobblers the lead. The next drive saw Mummy Issues take issue with the scorer, Baker 38, and he was stretchered off. Second half appears to have descended into Varg, violence against animals and gnomes, with Set ending Charlie Banks the Fox, and Anubis putting Rookie the Fox into the Kaz box and missing the next game. Even Rowanna didn't escape serious injury by the end, but the Hobnobblers held out for the win. Final score, Mummy Issues 0, Hobnobblers 1. And the Hobnobblers are now sat in 3rd, while Mummy Issues retain mid-table 5th. So, yeah, interesting match.
Yeah, it was an interesting match. Rowanna on Gnomes is fantastic.
Leaping around,
leaping around, incredible. Just having the strength 4 blitz with horns.
Yes.
It's huge on that team. Absolutely huge on that team. However, the one time I did try her special ability on that turn 13, 2+ into the cage, managed it, and then she double skulled and killed herself.
Ah, okay. Okay, so she did it to herself.
She did do it to herself. There was gnome bullshit, which I was lucky to pull off.
Very good.
And there was one crucial moment where Rob, I managed to squeeze a multiple rushes and a thrown gnome to make 1D on the ball to dislodge it. And then once it's on the ground, Tomb Kings just struggled to pick it up again.
Was it raining the whole match?
It was, although I'll be honest, we both forgot about it.
Ah, Okay. Well, if you both forget,
So
then it's
yeah,
fair.
it was yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously missing the foxes.
It's not great. Particularly, so I've recruited Charlie Banks Jr.
Okay.
But Charlie Banks Senior was making its way towards a stat,
Oh. Okay.
unfortunately, to then die, which was a bit of a shame. And then I am falling foul of the hiring rules now because I'm only allowed to take one fox.
Of course. So you'll feel it
Next
in the
time.
next game.
Yeah, but it's all right. I've got a block tree out of it in the end, so that's all right.
Don't worry, it's Orcs next. So
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's not like they'll punch the crap out of me.
Oh, brilliant.
Rob did get, although the result didn't go his way, he's coming out with six casualties. He did all right.
Yeah, definitely.
He definitely did all right.
And we can look at the table at the end, I think, a bit more in
Yeah.
detail. Okay. What are we going next? Match number 3. Oh, it's my match. Okay. There's not many notes here, but I think that's because I know what happened. So next we've got Zulu Boys from Matt. That's the Orcs versus the Allspice Agitators. That's my Dark Elf team. And the Zulu Boys round 3 match was resolved as a draw, as neither the Orcs nor the Norse could locate the venue. The Agitators were ready to run amok after making the Tomb Kings look like statues in their previous match. However, I now refer to my
Oh, to your
Matt
lovely
Frickle book. So we won the choice kick receive, and we decided to kick short. And then in the first turn, there was a KO'd elf and a strength busted elf. So that was a good start. And then basically the Orcs were dodging around all over the place. They pushed forward really strong. We managed to knock the ball loose and sort of run it back to our own our touchline, but the Orcs broke through and knocked the ball and scored, and well-deserved score it was. We had a chance with a couple of turns still to spare in that half to get a touchdown because we had a riot. So it rolled. We had a riot at the start of the match that rolled the turns forward, and we had a riot going into the second drive that rolled them back. But I just couldn't roll enough 2+s to get the ball up the field. I think I failed a catch on a witch elf, and then couldn't run forward. And then we had a goblin coming and stomping on a downed witch elf's head into a dead. Luckily, Dr. Colbeck saved her, and she went into the reserves, so that was a relief. But also during that half, there were 3 KOs. I had an assassin knocked out, and who else did I have? The runner, and they stayed out and they didn't come back. So I think I had 7 for the second half. But despite that, we switched one side, we switched the other side, and we tried running up the field, but the Orcs caught us, knocked us down, and I still had chances, but I rolled quite a few skulls at that point. So yeah, the Orcs managed to win there, kept us down, and I have to say, Orcs are strong. They are a tough opponent. They were piloted very well, and things like the team captain getting rerolls back. I think there was one where Troll had a crucial block. He 1-in-9'd it, passed the loner, got the roll off, and then got the reroll back.
Come on.
And also the Orcs had 2 inducements. They had the team mascot and a team reroll, extra team training reroll, and they forgot about the extra team training reroll for the whole match, I think. So
Doesn't sound
they
like
beat
needed
me basically 100k down, and yeah, it was a mad game. It was a good fun game. There's a lot of interesting thinking plays, a lot of action. Again, some action not recorded on tour play because there's knockouts, but yeah, good one.
Tour player get a bit too much. I mean, I know I'm facing these Orcs on Tuesday.
Good luck.
Yeah, they're looking good. They're looking good. Although hopefully they've got their lucky team captain rolls out of the way against you.
I mean, I think it was probably only one that came back from that sort of 6, but when it happens, it's tough to take.
I bet. I'm just having a quick look at your team. Was it the Blodge sidestep witch elf that got stomped on?
It was, yeah. So when she was saved by Dr. Colbeck, I was very thankful. I am missing the Dodge Blitzer, who is busted in some way, move busted. I think I'll be keeping him though. Someone else got busted, a lineman strength busted. I'll probably keep that one as well for a little while.
Yeah,
I intend to probably buy an assassin or another runner. I'm not sure yet.
Sounds right. You've still got enough team to elf.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of elves. I can't complain.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. Dark elves will return. Yes, they will. And yes, Dean did lose.
Yes.
And also going back on the chat, no, my match was not a fix. Anytime I win something, someone says it's a fix.
Oh dear. Right, where are we going to next? Number 4, the Unladen Swallows versus Ghouls Gathering. So we've got Chris Brown's Bretts versus Ed Holland's Undead. So both teams looking to bounce back following defeat at the hands of the early frontrunners of the league. Would the Swallows be baffled by the Gathering Ghouls' demands for a shrubbery, or will they take them apart one limb at a time? With cries of "Bring out your dead!" the match got underway, and the Undead came out swinging, with a couple of squires stretchered off early. An early Ghoul touchdown from second best Ghoul gave the Swallows a chance to equalise, and the half closed 1-1, with some Ghoul pass showboating, and a zombie getting ejected for putting the boot in, leading to another squire down. The second half saw the aptly named Scoring Ghoul getting a couple more touchdowns, and leaving the match finishing 3-1. And the Ghouls move to mid-table, and I think the Swallows drop down a little. But, and here's the real kicker, they both have to face the top 2 teams again in their next match, so the other way around. So they've, tough matches all round there, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no, like I've already said, there just aren't any easy matches.
No,
none of them.
Not. But yeah, good win for the Undead there against the Bretts.
It definitely is. That Undead, double guard mummy. It's very nice. 2 Blodge Ghouls again, very nice. And a zombie with a hatred of dwarfs. Well, don't we all? Join the club. And still got 240k to spend as well if they wanted to pick up anything else. That Undead team's looking good. And Chris's Brett's only down a couple of squires. So yes, a wrestle and block squire. Oh, wrestle and block. What a waste of a veteran. That's not terrible though.
No, that's it. But unfortunately, it's the Grail Knights. I think we saw it on the other team. They just they tend to not necessarily get anything too quickly. They're not doing the scoring, are they? So they're relying on the blocking a bit more.
Absolutely. It does look like they're a bit of a challenge. But I think it's to be expected with Brett's Team Kings, this new edition.
Yeah, that's it. Right then. So moving on to, where are we? Top table clash, this one. So we've got the Trashing Pumpkins versus the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's Paul Whitehouse versus Chris Gibbons. Necro versus Elvin Union. A bit of a speed clash, this one. The Pumpkins were fresh from a dead off that they won. The Eagles missing a lineman, but looking good after running around some Bretts in round 3. A couple of injuries early on, including Shady McCaw, the Elf Blitzer. And from then on, it looked like a slow grind for the first half. There was a bit of fouling, another casualty, and the Pumpkins taking their time to control the game. And maybe there's some KOs we're not seeing there. Again, it's hard to tell, especially with Elves. Second half looked quiet, and the match ended with the Pumpkins scoring 2 and the Eagles 0. Can anyone stop the Trashing Pumpkins? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, looks like he's heading towards another gold spot, which is not surprising at all.
Yeah, they're definitely dominating our division.
They are. They really are. It's one of the teams I'm quite looking forward to playing because it's always a challenging match. Whenever I do face him, it is a fun challenge every time we do. but it definitely is going to be a bit of an uphill struggle.
Yeah, a head scratcher, and plus it's necromantic with
Yeah.
all that control. So a head scratching team and a head scratching coach to go up against.
Absolutely, but Chris has taken his first loss of the season.
That's right. I mean, he's retained his place. You know, he's second. I think he's dropped down maybe from top spot, but it's still pretty close up there.
Yeah,
And the
still doing very
Hobnobblers
well.
as well. Up there
Absolutely.
as
Let's
well.
have a quick look at the table. Chris forgot his. Yeah, Paul is a bloody good coach. Yes, he is. And Chris forgot his safe word. I don't think Chris knows his safe word. Yes, you got Paul at the top on 17, and then myself and Chris on 12. Dean, you're just behind on 9. Robbo and Mort's on 8. And then we have Ed on 6, Chris on 4, Joe on 3, and Matt on 2. So yeah, Paul is starting to pull away with this league a little bit. It's no surprise that he's consistently a gold finisher. So it's exactly
that's right.
It's exactly
There's
what
still plenty to play for in the mid-table, though. It's
oh,
still,
absolutely.
you know, pretty tight in there.
Well, this is the thing. You look at anyone from second to 9th or 10th, really, could still finish anywhere in the table. So it's still all to play for here.
Definitely. That's it. Just need some people to be missing some key positionals or having a bad matchup.
Well, exactly. Well, I can't imagine. I can't imagine I'm going to have much of a team left after facing the Orcs on Tuesday.
That's it. It's all about who gets you after that match as well.
Absolutely. There's a question, Dean. Will you push on for gold, or will you strategically stay in silver to claim another medal?
Well, I definitely won't be match fixing that. Yeah, it would be nice to have a shot at gold again. I think I did have one when I won a division. Maybe that was season 4 or something like that. No, there's no strategy here. I will just play to the best of my ability and try and get into gold if I can. I'll enjoy it either way.
Absolutely. Oh,
But like I said earlier, I think I'm going to keep my busted players and just see how far I can get while retaining them.
You might as well. Should we move on to dime bars?
Yeah, let's do it. That's another one of mine, isn't it?
Okay. It is indeed.
Let's go then. First up, we've got Agility and Spirit versus Edale Spires. So this is Alex Nurgle team versus Matt Baker's Elven Union. And the Elven Union had, a bit of inducements, cheerleaders, coach, press, snuffle, mascot. 2 very different experiences in round 3. Alex Nurgle versus Steve's Dwarves is a strong contender for match of the season, sponsored by Comatose Magic Sponge TM for sleep-induced recovery. Whereas the Union will have been hoping for a recovery week after the Undead appeared to be on a recruitment drive as well as playing Blood Bowl. They're missing a few going into this match, a few key players throwing a blitzer, and it was pouring rain. So lovely. An early Kaz by Slime Sprint. Season of Ad reference there, I think, for Alex's team. But it's just a journeyman, so play continues. The press and the tangle of diseases, tentacle bodies makes it hard to get the medical team safely on and off the pitch. Foul from the Elves, but the Nurgle are too foul to injure. Swiftbelly scores before half time. And then into the second half, Lazy Bean for the Elves seems to be just playing catch with his teammates. And Quick Hands Pete, which is a catcher, gets a Kaz from blocking rather than scoring. And then in the end, it's actually Swiftbelly who scores again for the Nurgle. And the match finishes Agility and Spirit 2, Edale Spires 0. And the Nurgle, they're sort of climbing up to mid-table now, whereas Edale Spires dropping down to 9th.
Yeah, and Alex Nurgle looking good.
Strong result for the Nurgle, definitely.
It absolutely is. I don't know what that says about the coach, that he's so comfortable with such a gross team. But I'll leave that for people to work out.
What's his team looking like? We want to have a look at that.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Guard Spawn, Block Mighty Blow Bloater, Wrestle Bloater, interesting. Some more block and then a taunt on alignment. It's it's another Nurgle one that's coming out quite nicely.
Yeah, smattering of skills.
Mm.
You don't need loads on the new Nurgle, I think, to help them out.
No, you
Bit of
really
hatred
don't.
Skaven. We're seeing
Yeah,
that a lot across the league.
that's just from Terry.
What about the Elven Union?
Elven Union are looking. To be fair, they're looking alright as well. Don't they bring any permanent casualties in? No. No permanent casualties through. They do have a AV busted thrower, which isn't nothing, but with Cannoneer already Hail Mary pass, Cannoneer and dump off.
And a move busted catcher. That's a little bit of a
That's a bit of a
shame, but no skills on that one.
No, and it's still movement 7, so it's not awful.
Yeah.
A lot of randoms, but again, randoms, but they seem to be working.
I think as well, having played against Union in my league, that Fumblerooski gives you quite a lot of options, which people, might not be expecting.
No, absolutely. It's the skill that I don't think anyone wanted them to have, but the one time that it works, it's amazing.
And it really makes that team something different. Yeah. People sort of writing it off as why would anyone take that team, but yeah, it's got a bit of something about it.
Absolutely. Dave's good question. Can Alec live with the fact that Deutsch has more Nurgility points? I feel like that's going to be a sore subject.
Isn't Alec having a swap around season though? Isn't he coming out slow and then finishing off strong? So
he is apparently. Yeah, he's flipped it round, so we know he'll be in silver by the end.
Perfect. There we go. Right, let's move on to the next one. Next, we've got the Grim Hollow Grubs versus Minor Inconvenience. So we've got Alan Taylor's Lizardman versus Steve Cross's Dwarves. The undefeating Grubs, that's undefeating, take on the break-even Inconvenience. We've already covered the excitement of Alec and Steve's round 3 matchup. But Alan's Grubs are fresh, having survived a clash with Nathan's Orcs, including Fungus the Loon. That was a 1-1 in round 3. The Miners recruit Acorn to balance out the teams, and they're underway. It seems as though the Dwarf game plan is to target the Skinks, as with most teams facing the slippery lizards. But what's this? Shock amongst the crowds in the stadium, as Gotrex the Grizzled, Troll Slayer of renown, has lowered himself to punching down on the little guys. He's killed one and hurt another, but he still won't let up. He's out for blood, and he kills a third. Roger, the other Slayer, finally takes down a worthy opponent in one of the Saurus, and the crowd let out a collective sigh of relief. A grizzled Saurus stomps Acorn into the Astrogranite in reply, but the Dwarfs take the half 1-0. Second half is a slower pace grind. The Crocs finally warms up and shatters the armor of Lightchin the Blitzer, but it's too little too late, and the Dwarfs finish it off with another touchdown. And it ends up with the Grim Hollow Grubs 0, Minor Inconvenience 2. So the Grubs are still languishing at the bottom of the table, whereas the Miners are near the top. And they'll be facing the Elven Union next. Dwarfs and Elves, so that'll be a good one.
That's going to be an interesting one. I do feel sorry for Alan losing those two, and I promise that's not why he's not doing the roundup this week, so he doesn't have to talk about this. I think he came away from this match questioning his Blood Bowl coaching career and his choices, because I think he's just not. I think there's something about his team's not gelling with him, and then the 2 deaths just rubbed it in.
It is tough to take. That is a lot. There's been a lot of death in this round. I don't know, it feels like to me, but particularly in that match, yeah. Yeah,
there absolutely is. But he does come out 3 mighty Blowsaurus.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not bad.
So you could easily have a match go completely the other way.
Absolutely, he's got a result round the corner, I think. And then Steve, as we'd expect, is grinding out those wins.
He sure is. So how's his team? Quite a lot of randoms.
Yeah, but again, I think it's being able to choose. Being able to choose is making.
Yeah, there's nothing there that's looking completely wild. Well, eye gouge on alignment, but not bad at all. Okay, let's move on to the next. So match 3, We've got the Averheim Mighty Bucks versus the Morning Blues. So that's Richard Unwin's Nobility against Starkey's Undead. We've got Prayer to Nuffle on this one for Starkey, and a mascot as well. I think mascots are really cheap, aren't they? I can't remember. They're
Yeah,
20k or something like that.
25.
25. Yeah, that's pretty good. The Bucks are 1-1-1 going into this, and managed to slip a few touchdowns past the Snots last game, avoiding any serious injury. The Blues have been building up steam after losing their first match of the season, and are looking strong after dishing out pain and touchdowns with necrotic glee in their last match. They had very sunny weather for this one, and the Mighty Bucks must have peered into a training globe about how to deal with the undead as they come out trying to stomp on the heads of knocked down players. But it's one of the mummies that causes the first injury. One of the bodyguards then responds, taking out one of the white blitzers. And after turn 2, there's a lot of pushing and shoving and shuffling, but apparently not much serious action, at least according to tour play. The second half sees Tuesday the Ghoul score a touchdown before a mummy and the ogre injure each other, wreaking such a tangled mess in the centre of the gridiron that the remaining quarter of the match is abandoned. And the final score is the Averheim Mighty Bucks 0, Morning Blues 1. That sees the Bucks slide down to 7th, and the Morning Blues top the table with that.
Yes. Should I have a look at the nobility first?
Yes.
And slow development again, but a lot of SPP on that one Blitzerich. If you're out there, what are you doing with it?
That's it. Maybe he's biding his time, saving it up.
You never know. You
Worth
never
going
know.
for a stat.
Quite possibly. Oh, is he going for a mighty blow or something? If you're going for
Oh,
secondary, maybe quite
could
possibly.
be.
Quite possibly. But you know what? Not bad. No permanent injuries for the knobs.
No, nothing serious.
No. The undead. Yeah, looking like undead.
A lot
Again,
of guard,
double
bit of
guard.
pop, mighty blow. Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. That's a team to be scared of, I think.
Definitely. One to beat in that league.
Yeah. Yes, that Blitzer is absolutely dying next match. There's no way that's not going to be dying next match. They've definitely given it a curse now.
Right. Moving on then. And this one is probably the most interesting one for this division. So we've got the Warpstone Warblers versus Awkward Fall. So we've got Ben Skaven and Nathan's Orcs, obviously. Orcs getting a cheerleader, keg, prayer to Nuffle mascot. So quite a lot of inducements. Oh, and Bomber. Yeah, don't forget him. So round 3 saw the Warblers ward off any challenge to the top of the table by running rings around the rifles. In contrast, Awkward Fall had a frustrating grind of a draw with the Grubs. Would Rush beat Crush? The Orcs had a lot of inducements, and once again the prayers to Nuffle came out. Would they be answered? We won't know for certain because we don't know what they got, but the players swarmed the pitch, and I can't even read my writing here. Oh, the rats. Not the rats. Yeah, the rats. They get set to receive. Blink and you'll miss it. A few pass and run plays results in a turn 3 touchdown. And as the teams reset, one of the Orcs tries to put the boot in, but the ref sees him and ejects him. Despite this setback, the Orcs muscle through to equalise on turn 6. So quite a lot of rush to start with. Skaven thrower amuses the crowd with a pre-half-time show of his own, passing the ball with his tail. First half, very much rush, as I already said. Second half starts out crush with a couple of injured clan rats in the first couple of turns. And in return, the Skaven Blitzer puts a permanent end to a fresh Orc lineman. The Orcs retaliate with aggression, seeing a sending off for a foul and Bomber sent packing as well, as the Orcs score a winning touchdown in the final seconds of the game, and it finishes Warpstone Warblers 1, Awkward Fall 2. So a bit of an upset there, and the Warblers drop to 3rd, and the Orcs climb up to 4th.
Yeah, that's a good win for Nathan there.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Definitely. Especially looking at Ben's previous match where I think he'd absolutely smashed it. So
that would have been amongst my pick of the matches to watch.
yes, definitely. High
From
scoring.
last round. Absolutely, that would have been incredible. I mean, the Skaven, they're looking good. You've got Blodge, Sidestep, Two Heads, Gutter. Oh,
That's very tasty.
Very tasty. So he doesn't come out with a lot of injuries. There's an Edge busted Clan Rat, but yeah, keep it.
Yeah.
That's the one to get punched by the Roger.
Brawler Juggernaut Roger.
Yeah.
It's useful in all the situations.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I really like that. Really like how that Skaven team's looking. And the Orcs, oh my god. Basically, ouch. Whoever's got them next. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's scary. Block.
Of mighty blow. Lots
Yeah.
of block. Bit of guard.
Ouch. Yeah, is all I can say. That's another team that is gonna be definitely one to beat.
Absolutely, yeah. Orcs are strong. I'll keep saying it, and that's exactly why, you know, if you can't beat them, join them. That's what I say. Solidarity with Orcs.
Please don't hurt me.
Right, the final match in this league was the Hotland Rifles of Jonathan and It's Not Going to Happen, the Snotlings of Andy's. But unfortunately, the Snotlings were unaccounted for, so the win was awarded to the Rifles. And that's all I've written, really.
Yep.
This one didn't go ahead.
Yeah, that's all there is for that one. Quick look at the table. Like you said, Starkey at the top,
Yeah.
1 point ahead of Steve and Ben. So
it's very close
tight.
division, this one still. Yeah.
Very close. Then 9, 8, 7, 6, 6 with Nathan, Alec, Jonathan, Rich, and Andy. Matt on 5, Alan on 2. And I know, Alan, you're having a bad season, but still, there's not a lot that's separating you and even fourth. That's a very tight division with a couple of upsets, and that whole thing flips on its head.
There's over halfway to go, and anything can happen, I think.
There absolutely is. Absolutely is. Thank you for that. Should we move on to the reserves?
Yes, go ahead.
Now, there's only a few matches in the reserves this time. And starting off, we have Carl with a 1-0 win over Clem. Carl's taking his second 1-0 win of the round. Now, it looks like another Orc coach doing well. It's almost like Orcs are good this season. And it looks like Mighty Blow was doing some incredible work here. There were 3 casualties in the first half, all from the same big one. But regen appears to have worked. Then we look at turn 10. They've turned 2 cash in the first half and then 2 early in the second half, and then second half, turn 10 cash, 11, 12, 13, a cash on every turn, was just incredible. So the casualties just kept coming for the Necro, so it's a tough one for Clem. Does look like the regen was working, because so only 3 of the injuries are actually recorded. 1 is a pass busted ghoul. It's not the end of the world, but it does mean you're probably only taking 1 ghoul into next round. Now, Corlic Bone Rage. This big one gets 4 cash in 1 match. And then we look at the teams, just to add more Mighty Blow. Both Blitzers have it. And both big uns have block and guard. Jesus.
Wow. I mean, it's not dissimilar to the other Orc teams we've seen, but ouch.
No, it's well, I think this is the pattern we're having. Oh, and he's got Skaven next. Oh god. Ouch. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, BB Nut Brawling, Brutes, fair and balanced. Yeah, apparently it is. These teams needed more help, apparently, because this is scary. This is scarily good. But to be fair, the Necro are not looking bad either. You got a Blodge Wolf, another Block Wolf, Guard Golem, Blodge Ghoul. He's down 1 Ghoul, which is not nothing for the next round, but it's manageable.
Yeah, I think that's manageable, especially with those 2 wolves both having block, 1 with dodge.
It absolutely is. Absolutely is. Orc lineman should be armor 9. I think you bring them down a notch. Yeah, as a non-bash coach, I completely agree, but I'm sure an orc coach would disagree very strongly.
I think even things like the Orc thrower now being moved 6. There's
Yeah.
quite a few subtle improvements in the Orc and the team captain rule.
Absolutely.
I think it's all stacked up. And us Solidarity Orcs would say it's absolutely right and fair that it should be that way. And who say any different?
Who say? Oh, I daren't say any different, and because I'll get punished for it on Tuesday. Then we move on to Joe with a 2-0 win over Matt. The Auckland Raiders beating seriously outmatched. Let's have a look at another Orc team. They win another one. It's almost like they're good, but 5 casualties is incredible. Is absolutely incredible. The Bretts taking cheerleaders and a prayer. Auckland Raiders taking fungus, so it looks like Matt overdogged it to get cheerleaders in. And the injuries start on turn 5 with a badly hurt Squire, then turn 6 with a badly hurt catcher. And score for the Orcs also on turn 6. Turn 7 brings an AV busted Squire, not the end of the world. And then again, turn 8 with a niggle on a Squire, I believe. Where is it? There it is, further up. Oh, it's on turn 10 with a niggled Squire. But in between, Matt did manage to end the career of a Goblin in return, so well done. Adge busted a Goblin. That's pretty much career ending there. Rounding out, turn 16 score to take the 2-0 win for the Orcs. Yep, 27 SPP from that match.
Crazy.
It's a bit scary. It's a bit scary. These Orcs, again, looking very, very good. A lot of randoms, but they're great. They are great. They're really, really working well. Sorry, I've been joined by a child. Just bear with me 2 seconds.
No problem. Yeah, these Orcs looking good. Both throwers give and go as well. I think with the Orc movement, maybe they'll be shuffling the ball around, getting into position for more blocks.
Sorry about that.
No problem. I was just mentioning the give and go on the throwers, which I think is, a little bit extra movement if they are moving the ball around and positioning for blocks.
Yeah, I think I like that. I like that. I love that people are randoming more in this edition. It's a lot of fun.
I think it can take your team in a different direction that you wouldn't have otherwise. If you lean into it and say, right, I've got some interesting randoms, now let's build the team play style around it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just going to show the Orcs are what we're seeing week on week doing these. It's looking more and more like these Orcs are. They're still a little bit slow to get started, but once they get rolling, my God, do they get rolling? Have I got my son a bottle for tomorrow's game? I think I'm gonna need a bottle for tomorrow's game. It's gonna be painful, but I'm not talking about football right now. And yes, we're pretty sure there's more SPP than he got in like 3 games. Yeah, same here. This is a bit scary. The Bretts coming out with down a couple of Squires, but it's not awful. It's not awful. Break tackle, stand firm, Grail Knight, I like. Again, more randoms, but God, this looks like this is starting to shape up like a fun team.
Yeah, we've got a Grail Knight there with a couple of skills on Mighty Blow Tackle, chosen skills, so it can be done. You can get those skills on them.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll move on to the next ones now. We've got a little bit of you'll notice there's 3 concession wins here in the Reserves League. Matt's match against Coach Greeny, that is just a standard concession that they just couldn't make. Gaz and Heather have dropped out of the league. So to make sure that Jack and Paige had a match, they played each other. So in effect, I don't have the match report because it's not how it happened that way. But Jack did beat Paige 4-0. So they played their match. It just looks a bit weird on Torpley, but to make sure that they got a match. That's how it managed to work out. Only downside to the Orcs now is if you lose a big or a blitzer, it's painful. Yeah, they're very reliant on them, and they're going to struggle to replace them. So the other the other gnomes here. No, so Sanctuary Mossbacks against the Necromancers. We've got Starkey versus Liv. 3-0 win for the gnomes. Love it with the gnomes. Then they run a bit of a riot a little bit here, taking Whisper and Papa Frenzy, who are two of our unique mercs. I've never played with them. I don't know if I've ever played against them.
Oh, Papa Frenzy is excellent, even if I do say so myself.
I was going to say you may be a little bit biased here.
A little bit.
Little bit. It's not like he's named
Random
after you or
mutations in the
anything.
second half. It's who can say no?
Absolutely. To be fair, he is one I want to take. I just haven't had the situation to do so yet. And the trees come out swinging early with a couple of early caches. Yes, only on thralls, but a niggle and an MNG onto a thrall, taking out 2 very early. And then looking at turn 9, even the gnomes join in and badly hurt alignment. Starkey, you know you're supposed to be being kinder in the reserves league. It's not just there for you to beat people up. Then Papa Frenzy looks like he took himself out. So you're saying how good he is, Dean. And then
He
looking
took
at
out 2 players in one go.
Yeah, he's that good. He took out 1 player and 2. Starkey's not using star players against newer coaches. And you honestly tried to not. Yeah, sure you did. Of course you did. Yeah, looks like Papa Frenzy took out 2 players in 1 turn, taking out himself, but a vampire runner in the process.
That's a good trade.
I'd take that trade. I would absolutely take that trade, even for a star merc. Yeah, down a vampire runner, do it. And it's rough for the vamps with the niggle on that runner as well. And then Starkey, I'm guessing that you forgot to record a touchdown from earlier on because you got 2 on turn 13, or unless there was a timeout or something funny went on. But it's all good. So a 3-0 win at the end for the gnomes, and the vamps are eventually getting a casualty on much ado about nothing. So these gnomes are looking good. These gnomes are looking very good. Garden Brawler, Double Brawler, and Multiple Block. Oh, yes, you forgot to add 1, then did a 1-turn touch. Yeah, that's what I was presuming had happened. And Sure Feet on Illusionist, like that. Sidestep on alignment. Yeah, you know what? I like that. I like how your team's brewing up there. I am very jealous of your movement 8 Fox.
And 1 almost up at the stats again.
Yeah,
Fox.
Mine, all people seem to do is look at my foxes and they explode. I haven't had a match where they've made it through the whole thing yet. But anyway, vampires, they're looking all right, you know. They're looking all right. Liv is... Are you going for a strength 3 Fox? Jesus, stop. Please, can I have that? Vampire got Vampire Blitz with Mighty Blow, save pass on a thrower. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
Catch on the other thrower, catch again. So the passing game is going to be very strong here. I mean, they're always going to be a tricky side, aren't they? Always going to be a very, very tricky side, particularly in this one.
And Claws Mighty Blow on the bar, guys. So
yeah,
to come up against Orcs.
Well, exactly. They'll be down, exactly. But a very good win there for Starkey. And our final one of the night. Might sell them for stat ups on them. Oh, Liv rolled so many ones. Yeah. Oh, one of those vampire matches. Yeah, fair enough. The final match of the night is Simon versus Josh, the Fumble Freighted Frostbiters versus Whizgit's Throwable Goblin Biscuits. I really hope that one day I'll be able to say that right. Goblins take the prayers and bribes to start off with, but the Valks remove the Fanatic and another Goblin Lineman quite early on. And then they score on turn 5 as well. I'm not sure who received in this match, but even if they didn't, losing the Fnatic earlier on is quite interesting. The Doom Diver does manage to come back and score on turn 6, but notice in there's an interception for an Ulf. So it's interesting what happened there. Again on turn 6, I'm guessing some Goblin shenanigans managed to pull that back in. The Troll did take out the ET in return. So it's a very, very eventful first half. But the Goblins keep falling. Pogoer goes off badly hurt. Doom Diver falls not long after it. There is a Norse raider that goes off in the process, but you know what goblins are like. When they start losing their players, they're really going to struggle.
The biscuits crumble.
Yeah, the biscuit, very good. And then so the Norse run it in on turn 12, and then again on turn 16. Looking at the team, Simon's carrying. There's a few niggles there, but it does look like he's carrying a very decent team into next round with load blodge, tackle.
A lot, block and dodge. Yeah, that's a pretty good team.
Looking pretty decent there. And then we look at Josh's goblins. The bullseye strong arm troll.
Nice.
That is a thing of beauty. No wonder you're chucking that Doom Diver every moment you get. That is very nice. That is very nice. So we'll have a quick look at the standings. In reserves. So Carl is sitting top at 15. Clem just behind on 14, level with Jack. And apologies, my screen has gone dead again. This is being very annoying. Then we've got Joe and Starkey on 13 following up, Matt on 10, and then Matt Craft Jones on 9, same as 9 Simon. And a return for Mr. Hopkins, taking the place of, I believe, Gaz. He's bringing humans back into the league, back into the reserves, so he's coming back in. We've got Coach Greeny on 6, Liv on 5. We have another new starter on 5 as well, with Brett's coming in. And then at the bottom, we have Josh's Goblins and Paige's Tomb Kings. But again, I think it's even with this one, we're only halfway through. Plenty to play for.
Definitely, yeah. Absolutely.
Plenty to play for. Well, that has been us going through everyone. Do you have any final thoughts about any of the standout matches or anything you're particularly looking forward to next round, Dean?
I don't know, actually.
Sorry, I realise I put you on this completely on the spot there.
I think I've got dwarfs in my next match. I think it's just, for me, evolving the Dark Elf playstyle and remembering to use tricks like punt and kick. And I think in my last match, remembering to use jump over when there's prone bodies, particularly with elves with Hadge 2+. Even if you're in and out of a tackle zone, it's quite good maneuverability. So I'm just trying to evolve what different tricks I can do, particularly in the new rules that you couldn't do before.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sort of enjoy it when other people are doing that, particularly stunty teams throw in bullseye in at targets and causing damage or getting SPP for using their weapons.
Yeah,
definitely interesting, the new season.
Absolutely, it is. Starkey says aim for stat ups and a stat up ghoul. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be the thing this season. Looking through, I think Jay's match against Ben and those orcs is going to be very interesting when that does happen. That's going to be a big one. That's going to be a real big one. But to be fair, even just having a quick scroll through, looking at all of these in round 5, I would gladly watch any of these matches. But that's just the state that we're in at the moment.
There's some good games in there.
Absolutely.
Doige's match against Riffy, I think. Nurgle versus Skaven.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one.
Can Riffy get round him?
Exactly. This is a thing on paper you'd think, or Riffy, very good track record. Doiges is on a bit of a roll.
Yeah, that's it. He's
so you just never know. You just never know.
Beasts.
However, if Riffy does fail to beat him, you know he's not going to shut up about it. So please don't.
It's true.
But on that note, well, Dean, thank you so much for coming along. We really do appreciate it. Thank you very much to everyone who has been watching, anyone who's been listening. Obviously, this will go up on YouTube later on as well. Apologies if we haven't done your matchup justice. Obviously, Tall Play doesn't record everything. But as always, it's been a pleasure, and we will see you again in a few weeks' time.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Blood Bowl Live! We roll, we rise! Not for life!